號外號外！馬王金槍60今朝試咗個1200米泥閘，走勢超勁啊！尾段自動波衝上嚟，輕鬆以首名衝線，睇嚟佢嘅狀態 fit 到爆啊！據練馬師呂建威表示，馬王將會出戰11月嘅馬會1哩錦標，大家要密切留意啦！最近咁好天，最啱就梗係去郊遊啦！喺英國嘅馬壇金童玉女馬坤同 Holly 呢日咧就帶住契女去出門，唔知係咪練習定湊女呢？而 Holly 咧都趁機 show 下手上面嘅訂婚戒指。其實咧馬坤喺今年嘅年頭咧已經向 Holly 成功求婚㗎啦，遲啲等疫情好轉翻少少，佢哋仲會舉行婚禮，希望快啲可以聽到佢哋嘅好消息啦！
澳洲嗰邊都有個消息喎，就係騎師博奇能因為屋企人嘅關係決定長住墨爾本啊！呢位老將近年以悉尼為基地，上星期獲准請假去到墨爾本當地參加春季賽馬嘉年華，結果一去冇回頭，直接宣布回歸墨爾本，想陪多啲屋企人咁話。
都係嘅，喺追求成就嘅同時，我哋往往都好容易忽略咗屋企人啊！
不過我哋嘅一哥成日陪囡囡出巡之餘，成績依然係咁勁啊！
I think when you first come, you're begging for a ride, right? You're just struggling to get an opportunity anywhere you can. So it takes a bit of time to build up the contacts and get momentum until you can get yourself in a position where you can start challenging for the premiership. So that could take a couple of years, it could take 5 or 6 years, but you're continually just building up for that moment towards that. So that in itself is motivation early on in those few years. Then obviously when you get to the top, you then get to ride the best horses as well, so that keeps you motivated. But as far as coming back every season, it's just put your head down, work hard, try and maintain the relationships that you've got. In Hong Kong, you're only ever as good as your last ride, so you can never let your standard drop. As you know, the media here and the fans alike around Hong Kong are very critical, so you've got to maintain your consistency all the time, and I think that's a motivation in itself. But I just think last season, I knew I was injured going into the season. John Moore had left, my big horses were retiring, so I could see a little bit of a lull coming, and I was prepared for that. I knew that was going to happen, so it didn't really worry me when it did, because I know the ebbs and flows come and go. But this season, obviously David Hayes, he has got a lot of nice young horses, and I'm doing a little bit of riding for him, so he's obviously going to help. Danny Shum's got a lot of nice horses there as well, and there are some other stables that I ride for quite regularly, or I think are going to be able to have decent seasons, and it's just a matter of getting it all come together at the one time, and on top of that, I feel good. Like I said, I'm bouncing, I feel like I've got a lot of energy, I feel really comfortable on the horses. Last season I felt a bit uncomfortable because of those injuries. I couldn't quite find my rhythm, but this season, right from the get-go, I felt completely different on them, and I think when you're like that, the horses, they feel the rhythm, they feel the flow, and I believe that means they're going to be able to perform at their best for me. It's a question that gets put to me quite often, and it's the most winners any jockey's ever ridden in Hong Kong, and Douglas did a fantastic job, but I have always said to him that I probably won't be around long enough to break his record. It's obviously possible. You know, I'm only 38. I've still got plenty of years left in me. It hasn't been in the back of my mind, no, but when I was told that I was coming up to 1,300, and I'd like to think by the end of the season I'm past 1,400, it's not that far away, really, is it? Right. So that might be the motivation itself to keep me going, and at the end of the day, it'll just come down to opportunities and support and how I feel, whether I feel like I can still compete at the level I'm at. If at any time I think my standards have dropped a little bit, that'll clearly be a signal for me to pull the pin, but at the moment things are going well, and like you touched on, it's actually not that far away.
潘頓今季走出傷患嘅困擾，即刻成個氣勢都翻晒嚟啊！每個賽日都交到好成績出嚟，仲要同莫雷拉嘅成績越拉越遠添啊！
呢位應屆冠軍騎師已經連續2個賽日冇馬贏啦，雷神嘅神力好似暫時失靈喎。
嚟緊星期3谷草野賽，莫雷拉有8匹坐騎，希望佢可以打破頭馬荒啦。
今集嘅時間去到呢度啦，我哋下集再見啦，
拜拜。